In 1995, Pierre Omidyar started a small company in the spare bedroom of his townhouse. And while legend has it that eBay began simply as a place to trade Pez dispensers, the idea behind it was much bigger. To use the internet in an entirely new way, to create a place where people could trade with each other directly, a more efficient system where an item's value would be determined by the fair market price, an open, abundant, global marketplace. And then the people came, one by one. They came with their toys and their antiques, their cars and their clothing, and eBay grew, quickly becoming a diverse marketplace where millions of items are bought and sold, a presence in more than 90% of the global e-commerce market, a company that has grown from just a few to over 2,000 employees in only a few years. Together, we have built something truly amazing. We have taken the original ideas this company was founded on and created a marketplace for the people, a revolutionary new way to buy and sell. And this is proven every day by the stories we hear from our community.
Color, I would say, is the most important thing for people that when they're looking for a glass eye. Green seems to be at the top of the list, then blues, and then gray, and then brown. When I first saw them, I thought they were so weird.
They looked scary.
I wanted them.
Why don't you take them and see if you like them, and then give me a call if you want more.
This guy said he had 700 of them, but he wanted $5,000 cash. I went home and I searched them on eBay, and sure enough, I was gonna make some money if I can get more.
When I found out my mother took my college fund to buy glass eyeballs, I was a little concerned.
This was my son's college money, and I gambled it on these glass eyes.
I think my dad thought my mom was crazy.
The day I was scheduled to meet the fella, I took my 9-year-old son with me as my bodyguard. I put one of the cases of 50 on first. I could not believe the interest in them. I'm looking at $10,000 profit. Normal people can afford one eye here, one eye there. I do get a lot of repeat buyers. Once they buy that one eye, they want more.
I don't know what it was about these pots, but they just grabbed hold of my soul, and they haven't let go yet. Mata Ortiz is a dusty, wind-blown village on the high plateau of northern Mexico. It's an hour from the nearest graded road.
Before we began to make pots, life here in Mata Ortiz was difficult. I was about 13 or 14 when I found the first pieces. After that, I began to look for clay, and I began to experiment.
He had had no inputs at all from the outside. He was a totally self-taught artist.
Estos son todos naturales, se encuentran aquí alrededor de este rojo y este negro. No me canso.
I never get tired of thinking that so many people are making a living from this thing that I began as a child.
There probably isn't but 1 or 2 households in the entire town where people are not making their living by making pottery.
I used to work with Juan, and he showed me how to make pots. From here, the mine, this is where all the designs come from.
I've lost my mind.
The best thing about eBay is that the whole world can have access to Mata Ortiz pottery without leaving their living rooms, without driving down that dusty road.
We sell a lot more than ever before, thanks to eBay and their system. A long time ago, we didn't even have money to buy a donkey or a horse. And now, thanks to this, many of us drive new trucks.
eBay is so easy that it doesn't matter where you are. You can be in Tokyo, you can be in Paris. The collector from all over the world is going to be able to get the best pottery from the hands of the potter.
This has been a great thing for Mata Ortiz. We are now crazy with happiness.
The dog tags were in a box of items I really bought for another purpose. It just happened to be Veterans Day, the day I listed them on eBay. It was kind of ironic.
You would assume that if somebody's dog tags were for sale on eBay, that the guy was deceased or something. It was kind of surprising because it was a local guy, Lee Nesperly. I decided, well, I'll look in the telephone book, and then when I called the number, the older gentleman answered.
Hello.
I asked him if he was in World War II.
I went off to the war in 1942, 44th Division of 114th Infantry.
Every day Lee talks about his experience in the war, and he's very proud, and we're very proud to have him here.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'd go back again.
So I asked him if he had his dog tags, and he said he hadn't seen him in years.
Austria. I think that's where they lost him.
I asked him if he'd like to have him back, and he said he would. And that's when he told me he was in a nursing home and actually didn't have any money.
I've been here now 4 years, and this is my home. But I don't have a home no more. I had to sell everything I had.
I just thought, I'll just get him for him. You know, it's a small price to pay.
The ultimate buyer said that his intent, if he bought them, was to donate the dog tags to him. And I said, well...
He said, well, good luck, and, you know, I hope you get the dog tags.
You're going to have to be the high bidder. If you're a high bidder, we'll work something out.
And I did get the winning bid of, I think it was like $45. I thought maybe he'd give them to me at half price. It ends up he gave them to me for nothing, so it was pretty nice of him.
You only had one decision, is get the dog tags back to the original owner.
So I told my wife, I said, I think I'm just going to put these in a Christmas card and send to him. I think, you know, he'd appreciate that. So my wife says, be a man, take them down yourself. You know, so she was right. I called the American Legion, said, I got to get these to Lee before Christmas. On Christmas Eve day, we drove down from the American Legion to the nursing home.
And we went in and we walked down the hallway and found this room. You know, no one was there to set off any trumpets or anything.
And Frank, the World War II veteran, gave a very touching presentation to Lee.
Thanked him for serving our country, and they put the dog tags around his neck.
And that's when Lee said, it's the best Christmas present I ever received.
The part that really touched me is then Lee got the dog tags, and when he saw his mother's name, he just cried, and it was real touching.
That was the best Christmas I ever had.
And so we went out and told this story, and Lee started getting letters.
After the story appeared in the paper, it was just like floods of letters came in.
Here was Lee in the nursing home who had served his country, and he had basically forgotten. And we got him back the dog tags, and it seemed to give him a new life.
I got a whole new family now since I got my dog tags back.
It made me feel real good. Real good. Yeah, it made me feel wonderful, really.
It all started with some leather coats. How do you get rid of 120 heavy leather coats in the middle of the summer in South Mississippi? Excuse me. Just wondering if you'd like to buy a leather coat. You can't give them away. What we did was put them on eBay. These coats, we were willing to sell for $30 or $40, sold on eBay for over $200. Calvin Klein, DK&Y, Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, Armani, Max Mara, BCBG, all the major brands in a department store are the brands that we're selling every day for 87% off of retail. The business model at Evaluable is very simple. We take merchandise that won't sell in a Bloomingdale's store. Using eBay, we sell it directly to the consumer.
If I see something my size that's really cute, I'm like, hey, I might want to bid on that.
The value of eBay is that it goes in front of 30 million people, and whatever they're willing to pay is what they bid.
This is our first warehouse. It lasted 6 weeks, and it's a whopping 200 square feet. This is warehouse number 2. It's 2,000 square feet. I never thought we'd grow out of it. Lasted us 6 months. Well, here we are on warehouse number 3, 80,000 square feet.
We're going to grow this business to over 10,000 auctions a day within the next 6 months. The liquidity of the marketplace is what allows us to succeed. We go from assets to cash every 5 days.
This is what we would call a fufu dress.
And it just kind of made my hips look a little too wide, so.
It's interesting to see that this type of business can thrive in a community that's not accustomed to being on the cutting edge of anything. Without eBay, there is no eValue bill. That's no BS in that. That's the truth.
Extraordinary things are happening every day in our community. So what can we do as a part of this great community to carry our unique spirit into the future? We can remind ourselves that together we are building the people's most efficient and abundant marketplace. A place where everyone can offer goods for sale and where buyers around the world can get them at a fair market price. A people's market where your next-door neighbor can compete side by side with large corporations. An open and abundant marketplace where honesty and efficiency will be rewarded. Our ultimate goal is nothing less than this: to create a global economic democracy.